Good morning, everybody. Let's get our witching on, shall we? All right. So, what are we going to get up to today, my friends? Well, today is the end of week number 10. That's right. We're starting week number 11 tomorrow. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. So, what does this mean for us today? Well, this week we've talked about everything from blessing spells, purifications, curses, baneful magic, and such like that in the afternoon. And there's been some really fun blends that we made earlier in the week. If you made those ones with me, those being like the Dragon's Blood, Cassia, and Angelica, which is like I'm going to attach this to an individual. And then there's the Orchid, the Dragon's Blood, and the Damiana that we used in the beginning, which was to create that extra potency for your manifestation. So today is counter spells, counter magic. Because you don't really end a spell, right? You have to redirect it, or you have to negate the energy that went into making it. Otherwise, that shit just stays and lingers and loops over and over and over again. There is no definite end point. So that being said, today's magic is about ending that sort of thing, okay? The vitality of the spirit that Blessed Thistle provides, along with the fact that we're going to be using the Whorehound, which balances extremes of energy, and Pennyroyal, which is a cessation of conflict, of energies. It ends things, right? Cessation, ceasing, stopping. Blessed Thistle also has a secondary use of breaking spells. So we are literally going to, by the balance of the energies between the extremes, break and cease the energy flow. So this is the thing to stop the flow of energy. So if you're trying to stop something using these three ingredients, you can do quite a lot with them. How would you apply them? Well, I would say that you could wrap a candle with it that's been carved with the appropriate sigil. And we're going to start with only a teaspoon of Whorehound, because that's the base, right? This is the first ingredient in. It's the thing that's going to balance the ingredients, right? It's going to balance the energy flow. And so as it balances the energy flow, what's going to be next? We've got the Pennyroyal, which ceases the conflict, or the Blessed Thistle, which breaks the spell, right? And so the conflict is what we need to worry about. It's because when you're going after someone's energy work that's been put into place, right, there is a conflict. There is your spell versus that spell. So you have to override the intent, the spirit, the whatever it is that's behind that magic to make it work. So Pennyroyal should be your second ingredient, right? And so once you get in there with that second ingredient, this one will actually add a tablespoon of, because we really want to make sure that when you're doing these spells, you've got oomph to say, hey, stop it, you fucker, right? Like, mind my language, but yeah, just stop. Like, big giant hand says stop. And so the Blessed Thistle in this case, you don't need very much of it, because once you've established the command of stop, cease, desist, right? What's left then is just to break up the energy patterns. And so we can use a teaspoon of this, or you could, if you wanted to, depending on the work that you're dealing with, you could do the full-on tablespoon of it. But I'm only using the teaspoon because it doesn't need that much. And so overriding the effect of what these people's energy is going to do is general, like, this would negate something's magic or negate the effect of something. Again, if you've got like a linking spell for something or somebody, right, and you need to break the conditions of those energies, like Rex has a particularly nasty example of what he was dealing with one of the spells. It tied to both people, right? Well, I got rid of the one on his, but it got attached to the one on the other side. And so, you just have to go through, and as you work this stuff, think about your magic in a way that's organic. And I mean, it's in motion, right? Energy moves. Energy is moving through conditions. It's moving through behaviors. It's moving through subtleties that we have to be aware of as occultists. So that way, what we do and how we do it helps the client that we're working on, helps the project that we're creating, helps and develops those energies at hand, But a blend like this can stop the effect of those things should something go wrong. So with that being said, my friends, today is a very short day as far as what's going to happen. I invite all of those of you who want to come visit in the right in the afternoon on Monday or tomorrow morning for the spell of the day. But there is going to be that workshop today at noon Pacific. So in about 2 hours, I'll have the Zoom room set up. So if anybody who wants to come and chat with Magic and talk about their doings for the week, then by all means, please, I invite you to come along. This is an amazing opportunity to interact with people and develop different types of relationships, develop different types of applications of those relationships. So that way, what we can do is, you're real people on the other side of the camera. Like, you guys are magicians, occultists, sorcerers, whatever it is that your path is, right? I'm in no way saying that my stuff is better than your stuff. I am in no way trying to be like a brain over here that's just nerding out all the time with no dialogue back and forth, right? Like, this is just an example of a project that you can do yourself in your community or in the workable witchery community. So that way you show off the spells that you're doing, like with what Mike did earlier this week, right? When he was doing the binding spell using the tarot cards. So stay safe, my friends. Remember, don't be evil, and I will see you, I hope, in the workshop today, because that's where the Workable Witchery Workshop really does get its name, is because today is the day of practical applications. We do all things throughout the week to lead up to what we talk about today. So I will see you in Zoom. Stay safe, my friends. Remember, mind your allergies with this stuff. You don't want to get yourself sick. So pregnant ladies, do not use the whorehound, right? Mind your allergies. Alrighty. Bye for now, y'all.